Hi guys, welcome back to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Let's get started. Well, welcome back for newcomers, but if you don't know, I have a key for especially the dating nightmare episodes and especially when I find the racist alerts. This is a key, so when you see a naughty word, this is our naughty word key right here. Yes, I'm a nerd, I'm proud of it, but let's let's go because this is going to be a very interesting episode today because we have an interesting monster today. And this monster kind of helps solidify the reason why in a previous episode I mentioned I'm going to be doing two mini series on two different groups of guys that write me. One of the groups is the African American men and the types of things they write me. And let's just say it's interesting. But then on the other spectrum, I have the racist, Trump supporting Republican. I don't have many more. Those are the nicest words I have. So, yeah, I'm going to have a little of column A, a little of column B, and the collection of them. I see patterns. I see like some who are level one, two, but then I have some that are six, maybe even borderline passing six to seven, where they're not next door to the devil, they're living right inside his house. So, okay, let's go, because I've got an interesting monster today. This is Joe. He's 59. He's got a grayish, pepperish beard. Not he must be someone's cup of tea. I'll say that. But I don't know what that facial reaction is saying. Is it saying I'm thirsty, I'm hungry? What? If you guys want to post in the comments what you think he's saying, please let us know because I have no idea what he's trying to. Because part of me is just like, ill? No, don't do that. Because especially at 59, it's like, okay, yeah, keep everything in, okay, but now you guys know the drill with the before and after game. If you're brand new to the channel, welcome, welcome. The challenge with the before and after. Right now you're going to type out and or write down three words that describe him. And then after I show you his messages and talk about him and everything, then you're going to write three words after. So that's why it's point blank before and after. So three words. If you need to pause it so that you can figure out what your three words are, I understand. So pause now because I'm about to start. So here we go. Here is Joe's message. Ignorance reigns supreme in the minds of black women nowadays. It's truly sad that women feel comfortable setting this example for the young ladies coming behind them. Truly sad. What part of my profile is truly sad? The fact that I care about what side of the political spectrum my future husband's going to be on. The fact that I care about if my future husband has been incarcerated in jail because I write children's books. And I mean, just books, period. I want to be able to do book readings at schools and children's hospitals, veterans places, and senior citizens' homes without being nervous that my future husband won't be able to come because of his criminal history. And trying to be an entrepreneur, doing my business, I want to be able to hold my future husband's hand at every event, everywhere. That if he's not able to go, I understand. That's different. But if he cannot go because of his criminal history, no, no, I'm not having that. And then degree, trade, or certification. I keep running into men that don't have that, and then they put me down for achieving that. Or they tell me that my job is to cook, clean, do their laundry, and have their children. But I'm more than that. So I don't want to deal with the men who only think that's all I'm good for. When turn around when it comes to security, financials, and everything. They weren't too good at that. So it's like, if you're going to tell me what my job is, at least be good at what you're supposed to be doing. Can I get an amen? Ignorance reigns supreme. I'm still trying to, with my profile, where's the ignorance? And that's one reason why I went through each part, because I'm still thinking, where is the ignorance? I want someone who is educated. I want someone who is good with their money and able to allow it to grow while they're working. So even if by chance they are working paycheck to paycheck at some point in their life, they still have money growing in either stocks or real estate, or there's so many like in my Handicapable Black Nerd, I'm going to be showing different investing websites and things like that. So hold on tight. But it's just amazing because just his beginning part with ignorance reigns supreme. And then in the Black women nowadays, he doesn't know that in America, in the US, Black women are the most educated demographic right now. And so when he's saying this, is he upset that the Black women are raising their standards and kind of like the Jeffersons moving on up with career goals and opportunities, entrepreneurship, and other skills, goals, and opportunities? Is that why he's so upset? Because he, for some reason, he feels like as Black women, we're just supposed to stay stagnant and allow ourselves to settle with men who have no expectations upon themselves and for the women that they want to pursue. That having an education and having political thoughts and views, wanting deep conversation, wanting to adopt and foster. It's like, I don't know where in my list is there ignorance. And so for him to write this, especially ignorance reigns supreme. Um, okay, so to me, it's just amazing because he said this is truly sad. What is true? If you guys can let me know what is truly sad about my profile. It's like, because coming from this 59-year-old man, like, I want to know, what do you do? What were your goals, aspirations, and dreams in life? It's like, which ones did you target? What goals did you give up on because you hit certain like age, like your age, or did you blame it on your race or whatever? It's like, at what point did you decide to give up? So now you're telling Black women to give up. I just want, because you're going to see a pattern, because I keep running into a lot of Black men that do this. And it's majority on this app. There's a couple on a couple of other apps, but specifically on this app, it's disgusting. And it's to the point where I'm just appalled. And it's annoying and frustrating because, like I said, I'm working on bettering myself. I'm working as hard as I can to be the best version of me I can be. And I'm also always looking for different goals and different obstacles and things, because I only live once and I want the best life I can live. And at the same time, I want to live a life where I'm leaving positive, good footsteps for my future, like future generations, the future queens, kings, and everything. And that's one reason when it comes to investing, I talk to like my younger generations, and I show them some of the amazing apps and websites and things, and I show their parents. When I was a teacher in the inner city, it's like I would show some of the things and ways that I invest, and one of the principals was just like, "Oh, yeah, we need to do a whole assembly on this. And we were going to, but then some of the other teachers were like, oh, why are you trying to show these students what white people do? And it just turned out to be a mess and a headache. And it just proved to me why, like, just why with a lot of things, with what. So I'm going to talk, actually, I should talk about that in my podcast. I will do that within the next week or two. But it's just kind of annoying and frustrating when I read a message like this. It just makes me feel like he is part of the reason why our demographic in some ways is staying stagnant, or especially the black men are staying stagnant because they want to blame, or tear down, or they want the women to stay down and they want to keep some kind of power, but they don't understand us queens, we're evolving and establishing ourselves. And it's like, I know the black king that raised me, it's like he taught me about investing. He encouraged, like, both of my parents encouraged me with my education. They didn't expect me to get a bachelor's, my master's, and my MBA and two certifications. They didn't expect that. But I wanted the higher education. I had goals, dreams, aspirations. So, and I'm not, I also had, like, when I was working on my master's, I kind of saw this pattern because there were at least two or three African American men who, when I said, yeah, I'm about to start my master's, I'm so excited. What? Why are you doing that? If you're working on your master's, you're not dating me. No, I don't want no smart girl. I don't want a girl who thinks she's smart. No, I don't have time for that. So, with this message, I'm not surprised. And while getting older and everything, and because, like, after I got my first master's and then my second master's, yeah, let's say it's been interesting to say the least. But oh yeah, it's interesting. So I just want to cover, what is ignorance? Ignorance is lack of knowledge or information. So I think that is why I am puzzled, because, well, let's dig into ignorance even more. And oh my gosh, look at it. Like, I don't know, I had to. That cute little kitty cat, he was like, I want some food. I want, come on. Come on. So, anyway, with ignorance, here, yes, I am a nerd. I'm a full blown, I'm proud of it. But here are some synonyms for it. Like, because even mindlessness, and it's like we have like foolishness, like lack of education, lack of intelligence, incomprehension, unawareness, unconsciousness, inexperience. And it's all of these words, like lack of entitlement about, lack of knowledge about, lack of information about. So we have tons of words that describe what ignorance is. So if you don't know, now you know. So I still want to know what the example part is. And that's the funny thing, because, oh, well, just know some of these guys do write me full blown essays. I don't want an essay. But with that entire message, he didn't explain anything. Nothing was clear. I like it's just ironic. It's a very ironic message, because, well, I'll get to it in a minute. But what example? Wanting a man to be educated, wanting a man that has not been incarcerated, wanting a man on the wrong political platform. And to me, it's just, yeah, if I dated a Republican, that would be a mess. It would not no. We would be, and oh my gosh, if we got married, we'd be on divorce court the next week. It would not be pretty. But what example am I setting? Am I setting one where I actually expect something out of the man and not just mediocre? or low standards, or a man that's given up on life and endeavors and everything. No, no, I'm not going to do that. Mm-mm. Are black men mad that some black women have higher standards? Is that what it is? I really think that's what it is. Because I'm not going to allow a man to downgrade me. I'm not going to allow a man to tell me to quit or that my job is to stay home and take care of his or our kids. Because it's so amazing how a lot of men who already have kids tell me, you don't need to have kids. Being a parent is overrated. Just help me with mine. But then when I want to adopt and foster, they tell me that they will not take care of anybody else's kids. And I know I kind of repeated, but that this week there were two new guys who have told me this. And so that's why I'm going to be doing a whole episode about like having kids and parents and things like that. But and I'm going to be talking about it on my podcast, so stay tuned. It's going to get juicy. But yeah, are black men mad that some black women have higher standards? I really wonder if that's the case. If you agree, disagree, if you know the answer, preach it in the messages because it's like I need some information on this because while dating, especially being an African American woman, either black men told me I'm too white, I'm too proper, I'm not hood enough, or you're supposed to just have kids and stay home. And why are you trying to work on a business? You're going to quit. If you're in grad school, you better quit because I'm not going to date a smart girl. I don't have time for no smart business or whatever. And it's to the point where why why do they think black women are just going to settle and stay within an atmosphere that we don't want to be in? It's like we're bettering ourselves, but a lot of black men are mad that we are bettering ourselves. And that now we're looking at the black men like, okay, when are you going to catch up? When are you going to catch up? Come on, we're waiting. We're trying to wait, but God made all 31 flavors. He just didn't make chocolate. So, yeah, and that's another. Okay. It's kind of funny also because a lot of black men think that I'm only going to date black men. No, no. I've dated white, Arabic, like Hispanic, Asian. Like I'm looking for a good man, not by race or like skin color, or whatever. No. So I just find it interesting because with his profile, he already knew that we were not compatible because he's not vaccinated. And at 59, yeah, I'm pretty sure he doesn't want any kids or any more kids. And I'm pretty sure he's probably not going to want to adopt or foster unless they are like almost an adult, maybe 16, 17. And I doubt that as well. But then also he has friendship dating. I'm not going to be anyone's friends with benefits. Skip that. Especially him. No, ew, no. I thought I was about to vomit. Anyway, and then also he skipped the question about education. He skipped the question about education. So, isn't that ironic with the ignorance part? Because he does not mention his education. With his age, I am guessing he will not adopt. He thinks I am ignorant, but he fails to explain how. So now I am ignorant on what I am ignorant about. The irony, just the irony in it all is just amazing. What bad example am I setting? Investing in my future, having 3 degrees and 2 certifications, being a Democrat, I want to adopt and foster. What is it? Why did he waste his time writing me? Because at the end of the day, all he wants is a woman that he can mold, control, take power over, and get the woman in the kitchen with the big round. That's all he wants. That's all he wants. He wants a woman that he can control, someone that's going to cook, clean, and do all of the items that a lot of stereotypical men want. And a lot of the men that are on a lot of these relationship tubes are like saying and promoting about manhood and what a woman's supposed to do and how the man's supposed to control and the woman's supposed to be submissive, A, B, and C. But then their definition of submissive is just control. And it's disgusting, appalling, and I'm not having any of that because at the end of the day, I need for a man to think more than just with his eggplant because nowadays that's what a lot of these men do, and it's sad, pathetic, and just ill. It's like, I'm a woman, I'm a human being, and yes, I can create life, but I want to create life with someone who is worth creating life with. I want somebody who is like, while we're raising kids, he's making my life better and I'm making his life better. Because once I meet the right man, I will spoil him. My last ex, who is really funny how I spoiled him so much. His mother, his sister, was like many of his family members, even though they were racist. Oh, yeah, because this is the same mother who the second day I met her said the only reason I got into college was because I'm black. But yeah, all your like majority of your kids either dropped out of school or didn't finish college, and but yeah, that's a different story for a different day. But I've got the messages showing how they said I was the best thing that happened to him, and they were so impressed with how I treated their their family member, their son, brother, and everything. And they said that they could not believe he was able to find a woman so amazing. And so when I left him, they were saying how stupid and dumb he was because he did not realize the person and the basically the jewel that he found. One of the family members did call me a diamond, so but anyway, and that's not to brag, I'm just saying I know my worth. And yes, I've never been married and right now I'm single, but it's because I want a man that I will be excited to have a family with. And I haven't found that yet. And I'm not going to settle. And a lot of African American men on this one app want me to settle and they want to degrade me and they want me to feel as low as possible to the point where then they could take power over me and I refuse. They're not going to have any of that. Okay, so now we're at the fun part because now it is the what three words would you use to describe him after? So you have the before words, you have the after. Down in the messages, if you could type out what are the afterwards, because I've got some words, but I really want to know what you guys say. How would you describe him? What would you say? And my favorite part of the game as well is what type of monster, 1 through 6, do you think he's the, oh, you tried. You actually put some thought into it. Or, I think your next door neighbor is the devil. So you guys decide, put it in the messages below. But yeah, oh, yeah, this was an interesting monster, I told you. And I have so many more that are similar to him in different ways, especially when it comes to ignorance and the irony of their ignorance.
Thank
But
you
thank
so
you
much for
so much
listening.
for listening to
And you're
this
going to hear a
point,
lot more
and
about my
know
projects
that
and
I have
things, but
my
one of
novel
them
that's going to be
is going to
coming
be
out
coming out
soon,
later
The
this year,
Super They
I hope.
Drained Out of
But it's
Me.
called The Super
And
They
some of the
Drained Out of
messages
Me.
that you
My main
see
character has a
in
disability.
the
It's a
throne room
urban
channels and
fantasy
everything
with
is actually going to
mystery,
be
a
in the
lot of naughty
novel.
jokes,
My characters are going to
superpowers,
have
and
very interesting
villains,
dating
and so much
lives.
more. But
But thank you so
thanks for
much, and
listening,
I hope to see you
and I
again
hope
in the
you
throne room.
will
And
like,
if you
subscribe,
watch till the very,
comment.
very end,
If you had a
you kind of at
superpower,
least get a
what would it
brief
be?
description
And
of
what
my
are your
book
standards when it comes
and
to
kind of
dating?
some
What is a
imagery
must and
of
what is a
the
must
type
not?
of urban
Thanks so
fantasy
much.
mystery
Bye.
that it is. Take
Thank you
care.
so much for
Bye.
listening.